You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, from Stash Magazine, we have Kazeem.
We got James Harden in the building, ladies and gentlemen. All right, James Harden is here.
I was going to try to pronounce your last name. It was like Famuyide or something.
It's the off-season. They out the playoffs. He's in the magazines now, okay?
I got other things to do besides not play defense for the Rockets.
Oh.
Nah, man. Famuyide is close enough, but Kaz is good. I'll just go by Kaz, but... Yeah, what's going on, folks?
You're doing magazines now. In a world of no magazines, you're doing magazines.
Stash was just a website at one point.
Yeah, we started the website 3 years ago, but now we kind of evolved into a print edition, and, it was kind of a way to establish ourselves as a legit media entity. There's a million blogs out there all the time and stuff that pops up every single day, so it kind of could get cluttered. And we just needed a way to kind of like step our foot out and be like, all right, we're legit. This is something that, we really do. So, we came out with the print ad and it's so, I guess it's kind of weird that it came out the same day that Harris Pub shut down.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, it was like a weird coincidence, but
Harris Pub used to do King, Double XL.
Yeah, and I came up reading all those magazines. All those magazines were like just huge inspirations between Slam and King and Double XL and all those. So this was one of those things where I just kind of it was my inspiration. It's something that I grew up reading. Like, a lot of magazines, they weren't really big anymore. They were pretty like thin and just kind of full of ads.
That's a coffee table book, man. What is this?
Yeah.
This is not a magazine.
Yeah.
You can catch an assault charge with this. Bro.
Well, you said there's also no ads in this.
Yeah, there's no ads in it, and
bills.
we're actually Stash is run out of Translation, which is owned by Steve Stout. And
rich.
one of those, and he's rich. And on top of that, we really believe that if we put out quality, we'll get it back. You know what I'm saying? So it's not cheap. It's $20 an issue, but we feel that if we $20 an issue, and you can order it at print.thestash.com. That's print.thestash.com. And
$20 for a magazine. What is in here that I can't get online for $20?
You said it's a coffee table book.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, everybody in this issue, I kind of took the different approach than I did to do regular interviews. Like, most of the times when you read a magazine or read an interview, you're like, okay, well, Wiz Khalifa has an album out. Let's talk about the album. Or Carrie Champion's about to join SportsCenter. Let's talk about SportsCenter. But most of these stories are like life stories from these people. Like, they're interesting people, and they're giving me stories, and the people who wrote these articles, these stories that you don't really get anywhere else, And it's not so much topical stuff, but it's more like, their long-term career. So even if you don't want to read it right now, like, you can read it in a couple of months and it can still be relevant.
So it's not timely, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not dependent on this.
It's timeless. Yeah.
You got Carrie Champion in here, Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
It's all family to me.
How often you put it out?
It's a quarterly, so we'll put one out every season. This is the first one, so we're going to aim to put out another one in the fall, winter time. So, we really put a lot of effort into this. It took a lot of months to make it, and we definitely wanted to make sure that it was something that people could sit with, and it wasn't something you could just kind of like roll up and put in your back pocket and just kind of forget about.
Definitely
like
can't
a
put this in your
newspaper.
back pocket.
No, unless you got some big ass pockets, but.
I see Lita Lewis is in here discussing the benefits of having a plant-based. I see that.
Amongst other things. Lita's a super talented person. She's extremely popular fitness trainer, and got a lot of her notoriety on social media, and I like to take that stuff and put it into something tangible.
Well, let's talk about your journey to get to Stashed.
Yes.
Because I've known you for quite some time in this industry. So where did you start at that you ended up owning this magazine?
I started at the Source magazine several years ago. I want to say around like 2008, 2009. Started as an intern and worked my way up to editor, and it was like a crash course. You know what I'm saying?
That wasn't really that long ago in retrospect.
No, not really, but it felt like a long time ago.
Was owning it?
No. I was
This when Londell.
I was in the Londell era. I was like one of his first.
You were young though. You was young being editor of the Source.
Yeah, I was named editor when I was about like 23, 22.
Wow.
And after that, I just it kind of fell into a weird place for me because when I was there was a lot of people older than me over there. And, a lot of the people that were there were chasing like the older artists. So I was the one who got really cool with like the Big Seans, the Drakes, the Wiz, the Wale's, those guys. And they weren't really like the guys that they are now. Mm-hmm. So it all kind of works itself out where, I've known these people for a while, and I could go up to Wiz and be like, hey, I'm starting this thing. I'm not really sure what it's going to be like, but do you want to do it with me? And, he'd be down to do it. You know what I'm saying? So
That
Aside
sounded
from
mad weird.
That
by
definitely
the way.
sounded
pause
weird.
all
Doing this
those,
thing,
but
I don't really know what it's gonna be like. But you done to do it
Oh,
with
you
me.
gotta do it with me.
I mean,
Yeah,
at,
they
at the
said,
same at the same time, you know, a lot of people could have started something like this, but you know, I'd like to believe that I kind of built up my you know, my credibility as a writer and as somebody who's been in the game, just kind of like doing interviews and like doing a lot of other stuff in media for a while. So I didn't want to just kind of be like some nobody and just throw something out and it just kind of fall flat. So that's why I got the people that I got in there. Most of the people that we interviewed are people that I'm cool with and that I've known for a while, and I didn't really have to pitch them too hard on it because they kind of know where I came from, and you know, and it's fun at the end of the day. Like if you order the digital copy online, which is only $5, you can get the whole issue just for your iBooks and iPhone and stuff like that, and you'll get bonus video coverage behind the scenes on the shooting of the cover and all the photo shoots. We shot everything ourselves. We didn't stock any footage. It took a lot of time, but we did that on purpose because I felt like anyway, a lot of people don't really take time on making print publications because, like you said, like it's a weird climate to do it in. Yeah. It's almost like a waste of money to most people, but we feel like if we made quality and put quality into it, we'd get it back. And
what I like about Kaz, because this is the true quality of a person to me, how they respond to quote unquote adversity.
Mm-hmm.
When you got fired from Hip Hop Wired,
yes,
because you used to work at Hip Hop Wired. When you got fired from there, you sent out your email, I don't work there no more, blah, blah, blah. Like, what's Kaz going to do? And then you bounce back with the stash. And 3 years later, I feel like you have grown a lot.
Damn, nobody's ever asked me about getting fired.
It was kind of sad, bro.
Yeah, it was a little sad.
Your tweets after that was a little bit sad. Like,
now, what did you get fired for?
You know what it was? I think they kind of saw that I was a little burnt out from, you know, the constant coverage of stuff that I had to do every day. You know what I'm saying? I was a cog in the machine. So a lot of times I was doing like Love and Hip Hop recaps from the night before, and you know, like every once in a while I get to do something cool like an interview or something like that. And I guess they kind of saw the writing on the wall that I was like very checked out. You know what I mean? So it was one of those, you know, we're not gonna fire you, but you look like you need to go, so we're gonna fire you.
Go in another direction, right?
Exactly. It was like we're gonna go in another direction type of thing. So I just kind of
not you, it's us.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a weird breakup where I didn't realize I got dumped until like months later. I was like, wow, I really got fired. Wow, that's crazy.
But the way you bounce back says a lot about you, though.
Yeah, man. You know, it was one of those things where I talked to you know Jazz Waters. I talked to her for
Jazz Fly.
She's
the Oracle.
The Oracle, yeah. And I remember a conversation she had with me, and she was like, yo, if you had, you know, the perfect ideal situation, what would you do? And I'm like, I honestly just want to run my own ship, but I know I can't do that because I don't really got the bread for it. So fast forward a few weeks later, I got a call from Translation and Steve Stout and those guys saying like, hey, we want to create, you know, a blog for the agency, but not an agency blog. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to read a blog about like, you know, the ad world or whatever. Mm-hmm. So they just wanted to make something that was independent of that place, but still kind of connected to the values of the agency. So that's where, you know, they kind of gave me just free reign. They were like, you know, we know what you've done in the past, we know what you can do, so just kind of go for it. And if you fall on your face, we'll fire you. But if you don't, you know, you'll be good. Exactly. So me and a couple of people that are over there, and you know, Yaya's over here in the back. She's helped a ton. Guys like Jim and Matt and Felix and Lisa and a bunch of people that I'll name for days. Helped come up with Stash, come up with the name, the logo, the ideals, and they just kind of let me run with it. And the best thing about working for a guy like Stout is like it's almost like the polar opposite of working for Londell, where Londell kind of wants to be in the middle of a lot of stuff.
Very hands-on. Very
hands-on, and Stout's not like that at all. He just kind of like gives you, he was just like, bro, just take the ball and run with it. And, you know, if you're doing good, you won't hear from me. You know what I'm saying? But if you're doing awful, then whatever. But no, he's the best boss I've ever had. We got a great relationship. We talk a lot just about life and just, you know, stuff and a ton of other things. So I wouldn't be able to do that without him.
Now, where do you sell this at? Do you sell this only online, or airports and magazine shops as well?
Oh yeah, no. As far as this is very. The first issue is very hands-on, so we're packing each and every one of them out of our office, and you can order them online at print.thestash.com. But we're working on getting this on newsstands for the next issue, so we'll be able to get it at your local bookstores, wherever the bookstores are still around by then, and newsstands and all that type of stuff. But yeah, we wanted to make something that stands up next to Vogue and stands up next to, you know, V Magazine and Interview and all that type of stuff. So, and we really don't have that for, you know, people in our culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like they save the quality stuff for quote unquote mainstream. White people, yeah, they save it for like
Kaz, white people.
White people publications.
Kaz is very offensive when it comes to other races, by the way.
See, we're not going to go there.
We edited a lot of that on Common Sense. He's a very racist individual.
Listen, I said a few things. I got saved thanks to the great editors at MTV from saving me from putting the foot in my mouth many times. But yeah, you know, I just never really thought we had a publication that caters to our people like that. So this was kind of the idea behind making Stash and making it the way it looks and the way it is.
And y'all created another brand in the midst of all of this, Henny Palooza.
Yes, yeah, man. You know, between my man Cam, everybody knows Cam at Coolest Kid out on Twitter. He's the godfather. And you know, between myself, him, Low Key, he does Beats One, and you heard that new.com. Raven, you know Raven, she's an awesome photographer. My man Chris Styles, one of the hosts, Austin Mills, Meg Dot, best DJs in the world. Henny Palooza's blown up. We're on tour right now. We just finished Miami. We did stops in LA. We're gonna hit Houston. We have Webster Hall in a few weeks. We already sold out. We sold out the whole venue, about like 3,000 people already coming to that. We got a lot of surprises for that show.
Another party that started in a basement, right?
Yeah, man. We started it literally. It was a snow day in December 27th, I think. It was a snow day, and we were just like, and Cam just sent a group text. He's like, "Yo, I just want to throw a party with Hennessy and chicken," and yeah, we want to throw like a nigga party. And you know, basically, we sent out the little text, and it was like, the only way you can get in is if you bring a bottle of Hennessy or some fried chicken. Lo and behold, we go on Twitter, and then, you know, Fox, my man Chris Fox and Cam, they just make the hashtag Henny Palooza, just f***ing around, right. Just, you know, joking. And then all of a sudden, like Joe Budden starts tweeting it, and like Tahiri starts tweeting it, and then we're looking at it, and then we go out the basement, and there's like a line outside the basement, and we're like, how did this happen? You know what I'm saying? So the social media reach, and on top of that, you know, just everybody's individual talents just kind of coming together to make something, you know, way bigger than just a house party now. I mean, we've gotten, you know, calls from so many brands trying to come on and make it whatever Liquor Palooza and like just, you know, a lot of artists, like anytime we have a show in town, like people, like artists are like tripping over themselves to come and perform for us. It's not like we're paying them or anything like that. Like we've had people like Ty Dolla $ign come perform, Pusha T, Wale, Nipsey Hussle, Dave East was here last time. You know, it's something that it's built from the people that support it. So it's never really belongs to us. Like it's, you know, it's nothing without, you know, the people that just come and just like to have a good time. So
look at you. 3 years ago, you was fired, crying on Twitter, not knowing where you wanted to go in life with a sad AV. You had your head down.
It was sad, man. I was going through a breakup and shit. Like I was low, bro. I just got dumped. I lost my job. I know I was gonna pay my rent, man. Stuff was rough out here.
See how life works?
Life works out, man. Gotta stay positive. Positive mental influence, man.
That's it.
Definitely works.
All right, well, we appreciate you joining us. Get the magazine. Tell them how to get the magazine again.
Log on to print.thestash.com. That's print.thestash.com. It's $20 for this issue, $5 for the digital issue. You get bonus videos, bonus photos, stuff you can't get anywhere else. And please support that. Keep us ad-free. Pay for your content. If you want your good content, pay for it ad-free. And, yeah, keep supporting.
All right, well, there you have it. It's The Breakfast Club. Good
Yes,
morning.
sir.
Okay, you got your hair done. Your hair looking fresh and fly today.
Thank you. I got my hair done. Now, you know the crew at Her Imports totally hooked it up. You see how good I look? I see why they're taking over this hair game, because nobody has hair this good.
I see these weave companies on Instagram everywhere.
I know, right? It's a hot mess. Every reality star or rapper jump off is trying to sell hair on Instagram. Her Imports are the industry pros. They have the real Indian hair. Y'all don't know? Check out the video on their website, herimports.com.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in